Amanda and I'm coming to you with another video, and as you can see from the title, today we're going to compare Lamy Dark Lilac to a couple of recipes I found on the internet. Just because I thought that would be fun. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I actually recorded this video and it didn't really turn out how I wanted it to, so I scrapped the whole thing and decided I'd record it. I was supposed to record it last week, and then I couldn't find my chromatography strips because I really want to do a chromatography for these, and so yeah, so I ordered chromatography strips. They finally arrived, and now I'm gonna do this video. So yeah, I don't really know where to start. Here we have our swatch card of Lamy Dark Lilac. This is a recipe that I found on Reddit, and I will link it in the description. And really, honestly, it just uses inks that you probably have at home, or a lot of people have at home. Paladoroshizuku, Shinkai, and Yamabudo. So I'm like, I bought this bottle of ink specifically for this project, which tells you how long I've been wanting to do it because I swatched it like a couple months ago. Yeah, and then I found another recipe. When I did this one, it isn't right. Like, it's not as rich and as luxurious as Lamy Dark Lilac is. And so I found another recipe that added a little bit more blue. I have a sample that I used. It said to add Robert Oster blue denim. All I had is Tokyo blue denim. I think Robert Oster does have like a plain blue denim. But I just used a little bit of this and got, it's a little richer. I like this a little bit more. It's a little more blue. I wonder if I should have done like 3-1-1 instead of 4-1-1. I feel like I added like I added more purple, so adding more blue didn't really like offset it too much. But as you can see, again, it's not as dark and rich and luxurious as this is. So let's see. I have a mill in here. Maybe we will just try it. Let me see. I still have my... Okay. Okay, so we're going to sacrifice the rest of this ink sample. And I'm going to mix up a third recipe. Where is my file holder? So the recipe is, the first recipe I found was 3 parts Yamabudo, 1 part Shinkai, which is what I did for this one. And then I found the other recipe that was 4 parts Yamabudo, 1 part Shinkai, and then 1 part of this Tokyo blue denim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 parts Yamabudo and 1 part Shinkai and add it to this 1 part, because I have a mill in this vial already. So I'm going to do a mill. I'm going to do 3 mils of Yamabudo and a mill of Shinkai, and then we'll see what happens. Sorry if the light changed, my monitor just turned off, and we'll see what we get out of this. Okay. Let me pause for a moment. I'm going to get a paintbrush so I can make another card, and then also get a pen. You can kind of see it's turned a lovely... Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, maybe we have a winner. Okay. I'm going to put it in this pen, a TWSBI. Another TWSBI, because, you know. And I need to clean these ribbing off, but I don't care right now. For the sake of the video, we're just going to keep going. So we have 3, 1, 1. Ooh, we might have a winner, guys. I might be really glad I did this. And we will we'll make a little swatchy swatch. Ooh, oh, this might be a winner, kind of. Because really what it needed was to be darker. And I don't know why specifically blue denim is the color people have added, but that's what they've added, so that's what we're going to do. Yes. Already this looks darker. This is not a good swatch card, but we already look a little bit better, in my personal opinion. Okay, so let's go ahead, we'll let that dry. And you can see it's kind of, okay, so I want to do this. Okay, so I'm going to do a little swabby of actual dark lilac with just a Q-tip. I'm going to do it in the middle so we can compare. You zoom in a little bit. Nope, I'm not going to zoom in. So this is our beautiful, wonderful dark lilac. Then I'm going to take our 3-to-1 recipe. Okay, so we have faux dark lilac, which is the 3-to-1 version. You can see that that's a lot redder. Then I have my 4-1-1 version that we will swatch right there. And then I'm going to swatch the fun version we just made right next to it. Oh, you can see it's still not bright, really. And then I'm going to go ahead and Diamine Pansy is the ink that exists in the world that everybody says is the closest dupe to dark lilac. So I'm going to, because I have it here, do a little swab of that as well. I will say it's more red. It definitely has the richness. I have to say though, I don't like this ink for the sole fact that it smells like flowers and it gives me a headache. Yeah. So here's our swabs, and I'm going to go ahead, and I actually have Pansy in a pen. So I'm going to write Diamine Pansy. And this is 3, oops, that's the wrong pen. Okay. This is, no, this is 3-1-1. Right? Did I do that right? I think I did that right. This is 4-1-1. This is 3-1. And this is the original. As you can see, they're all different. They're all different. Every single one of them is different. This still leans more red. This still leans more red to me. These two are a little closer with the extra blue in it. I'm trying to see. None of them really have sheen like the dark lilac does. Like actual dark lilac does. So let's go ahead and do a writing sample, and then we'll see what they look like close to each other. So here, this is my pen that has actual dark lilac in it. So this is, I'm going to kind of do it in the middle so we can write the ones around it. And then I'm going to do this one, which is the 3:1 version. And then I'm going to do the, let's see, I'll do the 3:1 right above it. Okay, and then our 3:1. This is a medium nib instead of a broad like the rest of them. And then just for funsies, because I have it in a pen, I'm going to go ahead and write Diamine Pansy. Diamine Pansy is definitely a lot more red, and I smudged that. So in the writing, actually, I think, like, let's see. In the writing, I would say actually the 3:1 is kind of close. The 4:1 looks a little bit darker, but the 3:1 has some of the shading. Let me just redo this. And if you look on the swabs here, I didn't get a lot of the shading on Dark Lilac, but it does have it. The sheen is on the Diamine Pansy, and you can see that there's a haze, again on the 3:1, probably because of the Yamabudo. The Yamabudo has that sheen and the others don't really. So, yeah, so it's kind of fun. Yeah, so let's do some chromatography. I'm actually going to need to go get another strip. I only brought enough strips to do this. So we'll go ahead and, so for those of you wondering what chromatography strips I use, I just got these off Amazon. It's the Bart Ovation chromatography paper strips. They come in a bag of 50. They're 6 inches long. And what I do is I just cut them into 2-inch strips because I don't generally need larger than that. The most accurate of measurements. So I'll have one left over. That's cool. So I will add, we're gonna do 3, 1, 1, and then Pansy. Because why not? Okay, so then we'll do chromatography for these and see how those look. I do have a little thing of water. I'm going to do actual Dark Lilac first because that just seems like the thing to do. I like doing these chromatographies and then time-lapsing it because it's fun. And then I'll also show you those Sailor chromatographies. There's our Dark Lilac. I had it in there about 20 seconds or so. Actually, maybe about 30 seconds. I stopped counting at 20 and let it go a little longer. Okay, and then I'm going to do Pansy because I have that pen sitting right here. Okay, and we're going to do our 3:1 version, which is in this pen.
And the reason I can keep track of these is because I originally only did the 3:1 version. And and I decided to try the other one.
Then we have our 411 version. Okay, and last but most certainly not least, we will do our 311 recipe and see how that goes. So there we go. So I'm going to let these dry a little bit and then I'll come back and show them off. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the chromatography. This is our Lamy Dark Lilac, our subject ink, and then I have our 3-to-1 recipe, which is the original recipe that I had. And then we have our 311 recipe. They're still drying, but it's good enough. And you can see how similar these are, obviously. Seems like it has a little more, they're virtually the same. It's a little darker at the top, I would say, but pretty similar. And then here's our 411, which is even more the same. Like, these are, there's hardly any noticeable difference. A little more blue on this one, maybe, for some reason. I don't know. They're really basically the same. And then Diamine Pansy, which is really close to this one. Not at all like this one. So really, as you can see, at least as far as chromatography is concerned, there's not really anything like Lamy Dark Lilac. So basically, Lamy Dark Lilac is some sort of pink and some sort of purple, maybe a little black, or some really dark blue. But yeah, I really hope that with all the like re-release of old familiar colors that Lamy is doing this year, that they decide to re-release Lamy Dark Lilac. But yeah, so as you can see, chromatography wise, none of these are really the same. Nothing really like matches Dark Lilac. And then you can see even from the swatches, at least here, like we don't really, like there's really nothing as like dark and rich and luscious as Dark Lilac. The sheen on Diamine Pansy, although I didn't get much sheen, you can see a little bit at the top here. The sheen matches pretty well from Diamine Pansy. If it's close enough for you, then cool, but yeah. It's not the same. And here's our writing sample again. And you can see again the sheen. Although I didn't really get any sheen on the Diamine Pansy up here. It's in the swatch, but it's not here. But I got sheen on those this Yamabudo one. So whatever. It's not an exact science. But yeah, and then we have our cards. So here's our 311 and our 411. They look virtually the same to me. This one might have a little more sheen. It could just be the way I applied the ink on the swatch card. Yeah. It's just, yeah. Lamy Dark Lilac just reminds me of like velvet. It's just rich and cozy and beautiful. And there's a reason that there's a reason people want this ink, not just because it's hard to find. I think even if you could buy it on the shelves all the time, it would still be like a standard staple. It'd be like an Emerald of Chivor or whatever ink that everybody has. You know what I mean? Like it would be up there even if you could buy it whenever you wanted. I think some of the appeal is that it's hard to find, but also I think if it was re-released and available all the time to everyone, it would still be just as popular because it's a really beautiful purple. And I know that I am biased to purples, but man, it's so good. So I hope that you enjoyed this fun little experiment video. If you decide to make the recipe, I'll leave a link to the Reddit post in the description. It's from like almost a year ago. Yeah, so I hope that you decide to give it a try if you have those two inks lying around, or yeah, just want to experiment. Be careful mixing brands. I know that I did mix brands in this video. The person that showed the recipe before said that they didn't have any problems, and I haven't experienced any problems in any of the samples that I have here. So yeah. So yeah, and there's nothing, I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell because it's really dark, but there's nothing floating around in here. This ink really coats the vial, and I think that's the blue denim's fault, but yeah. Anyway, it's great. So this was fun. I have a lot of pens inked with lilac similar inks, so this currently ink that I'm gonna do next or tomorrow is gonna be real interesting. But yeah, so awesome. Ooh, hello. Oh, my flash turned on. Okay, well, interesting. I wanted to go ahead and show you these chromatographies. So as you can see, when I was talking about the ink moving, that's what I meant. So this is what having my new strips looks like. So these are the new strips that I just got. These are the ones that I just tested the last time. And yeah, as you can see, it moved up a lot. So there's a lot of purple in this one, which we're not surprised about. There's a lot of like gray and blue in this one. And then this one has like the barest hint of yellow at the top of it. Oh, I just spit a little bit, sorry. But it's mostly like gray and black. And it's like, how cool is that? So yeah, so that's what the chromatography on these looks like. Ooh, that's washed out, sorry. Can I do something to do it? Oh. Anyway, so yeah, so I forgot to do these, but yeah. Like, just how cool is that? This is because I had to keep running the pen around this line didn't want to draw, so this black just like, there was a lot of black there, so it pulled up the paper a little bit. So yeah, so awesome. So obviously these 2 3s have like purple and stuff in them. 24 has this blue, and then yeah, it's really interesting. Anyway, so I'm sorry that this is let's see, sorry it's so washed out. But yeah, so that's what they look like. So like I said, the stuff should move up the paper, and these feel a lot more crispy. So I don't know if they just like dried out or I don't know what, but yeah. So anyway, I thought you'd be interested in seeing that, so I just threw it in this video, and awesome. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you decide to do any of your own experiments, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.